got big dreams, I'ma do big things. Yeah, you see me on the big screen looking so clean. I don't move slow, I move fast right past it.
What is going on YouTube? SamuxPlays here, and today we just got a massive patch, and I'm sure you could tell by the thumbnail, me being a cosmetic lover, a skin lover, a lewd lover, as you will, a culture lover, a based lover. You guys get the idea, it's just down bad, right? But basically, we're going to be talking about a few things today. We're going to be talking about the changes, and the biggest change that TFD has ever dropped. Okay, let me break it down for you and I'll show you what I'm talking about right here. So we're gonna go to Descendant skins. I'm sure you guys are aware of this skin by now. Everybody bought it when it came out, but there was one thing that people were not happy about, and that was the straps right here, right? Everybody was like, why, man? Like, everybody likes the based skins in this game, myself included. I think they do a great job. The cosmetic team is absolutely goated. They know what gamers want. They know what gamers like. So basically enough people complained about this. Myself included. I've mentioned this in a couple of videos. I was like, bro, if you're going to, you need to just lean into it, right? Like, don't be scared to just lean into it. The player base already knows that this is a very cultured game, right? So why are we adding these? Like, why are we adding the strips, right? So what they ended up doing was they gave people an option, because there are some people out there, I'm sure, that do like the straps, right? But it's just super awkward when you're running around. They're flapping all over the place. They're just obstructing the view, right? So what they did was they created a alternative skin, which if you have the base skin, you should be getting this one for free. And or if you buy the skin now, you'll get both, right? So they'll give you the one with the straps and one without the straps. This is going to be the one without the straps. Basically, it is no longer going to obstruct your down bad. So you'll be able to just clearly see whoever you want to see, which I think is an overall W. I think the devs are very communicative with the community. They are actually listening and they're making changes. I think all the quality of life stuff that the devs have like put out the past few months has been absolutely amazing. They are really on top of it. So yeah, biggest patch of TFD right here, dude, like actually. Memeing aside though, we do have some bigger news to go over, but I just wanted to let people know that if you do not have this outfit yet and you didn't buy it because you didn't really like the straps or whatever, I feel you on that one, me either. You can now buy it and no straps. So that is huge. But we are going to talk about some actual massive gameplay changes here. So the big one being that we can now implant reactors on a different reactor, which means you can take your gun and you can move it over to a different reactor, like the mounting. So I can put, let's say this is a secret garden mounting, right? So if I wanted to, I could put like a Greg's on here. I could put an Albion cavalry gun, you know, whatever gun I wanted. And basically the way it works is you now have a new option called implant reactor. So you're going to go here, you're going to get a quest from the robot guy. You need to talk to him first, and then you're going to go over here and click on the implant reactor, select which one you want. So that for me, I'm just going to do secret garden. Unfortunately, I don't have the mats crafted. I ended up researching them, so I'm not going to be able to show you guys, but if you do have the mats available, you should kind of get the idea. So basically what it is you're going to feed one of your other reactors into it. So for example, this one has a Frost Watcher mounting. So I would feed this reactor and this would make this reactor disappear, right? So basically what it would do is it would now put the Frost Watcher mounting on this reactor, right? And then I would be able to change whatever mounting I am wanting on my secret garden reactor. So I can do this up to 2 times, so you can have 3 total per reactor, which honestly, this is amazing. It's going to make reactor farming much less tedious. It's going to make it just overall more enjoyable gameplay. Just absolutely great quality of life stuff coming in from the devs here. You don't have to just perma reactor farm for like 10 hours looking for that god roll. If you find a reactor that has the god roll on it, you could just change the mounting and you're good to go. So it's a pretty big deal. This is a really big change, but a really welcome change. I'm really glad that devs did this. You know, a lot of people have been waiting for this change, and it's amazing. They are doing great. So really happy to see that. Keep in mind, it does cost quite a bit of gold to craft these mats, so you might have to farm a little bit of gold. However, if you have been doing your daily invasions, you should be quite stocked up, but just in case you are not, just make sure to keep doing those invasions. It is 5 million gold per day and or more if you're using a gold booster, and just try and make that perfect reactor, right? So overall, another W from the devs. Another big one I wanted to talk about is the kind of like aimbot that we see from some enemies has been toned down drastically. So I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about, but basically, you know, on some enemies, they basically just have aimbot. It just automatically tracks you, right? Like no matter what you do, unless you're hiding behind cover, you're gonna get hit. They toned that back. They made it a lot easier now to where players aren't just getting aimbotted across the map with those projectiles. So you should notice a significant difference there for sure. I will link the patch notes. It's kind of a lot, but I will link it in the pinned comment just in case y'all want to go read that. But the TLDR of it is those homing projectiles should not be as accurate anymore. Projectile speeds are reduced. The aimbot has been cut back, all that good stuff. So it should be a lot less frustrating if you are running into that and you're just like perma-dying because these guys have aimbot. They toned back on that a little bit, which I think is good. You know, there should be some skill in there to like outplay it, right? Which, you know, sometimes you're just not around cover. So I think it's overall like a good thing that they did this, because it doesn't feel good for an enemy just to have like 100% tracking. I do want there to be some counterplay in there, so I am happy they did this as well. We also did get 3 weapon buffs, which is going to be the Perforator, the Final Masterpiece, and the Albion Cavalry Gun. First, we're going to go over the Perforator. These guns have been massively buffed. Unfortunately, I do not have the Albion Cavalry Gun. I was working on it, but I just ended up kind of focusing my time on leveling under the other Descendants besides weapon farming, so I do need to go pick that one up and max it out. But since I can't show it in the video, basically what it is when you fire bullets, the longer you fire it, it's going to increase your movement speed. You're going to end up running really fast. It looks really cool. I definitely want to try it on Bunny. I'm not sure how that would work considering the weight, but that is something that I definitely want to test out, and I'll keep you guys updated on that. But for now, I'll show you guys the Perforator and the Final Masterpiece. So this is going to be the Final Masterpiece right here. So basically, if I spam, it now gives me an effect and an AoE explosion. You can see I just got fire, now I have frost, and then we have electric there. So it's going to give you quite a bit of AoE damage if you build this thing up. Mine is not leveled, but you can see the potential here. See how it's spreading to enemies close by. So this is definitely going to be good for dungeons and things of that nature. So they added some AoE capabilities. It looks like the element generated is random, at least from what I can tell. Maybe there is a way to manipulate it. I don't know yet. I haven't done the proper testing. The patch just came out, but I just wanted to show you guys exactly what it looks like. From what I can tell, it just says when shooting while the restrained dispassion effect is active, there's a certain probability effect that a fire, frosty, shock, or toxic is applied to the target. So I'm guessing it's RNG. Yeah, one of these effects is given at random during the first reload, but is replaced in the following order during subsequent reloads. Got it. They also increase the firearm attack. I'm just reading the patch notes. They also increase the firearm attack, but this is awesome, man. Like, this should make these weapons much more viable, especially if you're trying to level them with like weapon proficiency and things like that. Also, it's a pistol, so you're able to run really fast, and ADS. You get a good view and all that good stuff. Like, yeah, overall awesome W. Let's check out the Perforator. When a critical hit occurs or a weak point is hit, an explosive scanner is created. So kind of the same thing here. Let's hit a weak point. Boom, it's going to shoot out a little rocket thing there, and it's going to do AoE damage. So that's pretty cool. I mean, it looks like they're making these like AoE explosions and elements. I am really a fan of that. It's going to make these very enjoyable. You're going to see more guns in dungeons now, and I'm sure if you like build these up, it's going to be massive. I am sad I can't show you guys the Albion Cavalry gun because I did watch a video on it earlier to this, and it looks like so much fun. I'm gonna get on that ASAP though. As you guys know, I've been gone for a week, so I haven't been able to play too much TFD, but this is definitely fun. Just like shooting weak points and then being able to just cast out explosions, like that's awesome, man. Especially, it just feels good when you're holding a pistol, right? Like you're not slowed, you're just like chilling, right? Feels really good. Yeah, I'm gonna build this thing up for sure, for sure. As I said though, if you're interested to get like all of the breakdown, I'll leave the patch notes in the pinned comment. Another big one is if you have been farming Enzo's mods for infinite time now, they are now available to get by combining modules. Previously you could only get these if you like were cracking open the vaults and it was just like a random chance. You saw people all the time complaining about it on Reddit that they've been farming it for like infinite amount of time and they still haven't gotten the mods. So the devs made it available by combining modules. So now you'll probably get them pretty quickly if you go and do those like 400% dungeons and you get like a shit ton of, you know, Transcendent modules. You can just combine them. You can also, like, for me, these are like Malachite slots, right? So if I had a lot of Malachite Transcendent modules that were duplicates, I could combine those and have a higher chance to get the Malachite slot. So if you are still missing Enzo's mods, you don't have to go farm for hundreds of hours now. You can just combine the modules and eventually you'll get it. So that is massive for the people that want to just like, you know, have 100% completion rate of all the mods. Again, it seems like we're just getting a huge quality of life patch. This patch is amazing, man. I mean, it is what it is. We got weapon buffs, we got loot buffs, we got combining buffs, reactor buffs. Hey, man, we're eating good. TFT players are eating good today. There were also some missions adjusted, so they lowered the, I believe it's the defense mission to 10 waves down from 21. Let me look real quick. Yep, so the location of the special operation resource defense has been changed in Kingston, Echo Swamp, and Fortressfield. All waves have been shortened from 21 to 10. So now you're not going to be in there as long. You should be able to finish those missions fairly quickly now. So that is overall a good thing. And they increase the amount of monsters that appear. So this might be the new best weapon proficiency farm. This is what they said in the last patch. It says for Albion Resource Defense's interim review stage, weapon proficiency experience reward has been added. They mentioned previously in the previous patch notes that they wanted these types of missions to be the way, like the optimal way to level up your weapons. So we'll have to do some testing on that and see if this is going to be better than the 400% dungeons. I'm not sure yet. I haven't tested it, but if it does turn out to be the best XP farm, I will make a video and let you guys know as soon as possible. Right now, I'm going to be focusing on building up these guns. I have most guns maxed out, but the lower tier ones I didn't really focus too many resources on. But now that they've been buffed, I'm going to go ahead and work on those just so I can make videos on those later and see the massive explosions, and or with the Albion Cavalry gun just running at like infinite speed, just flash style. And last but not least, you'll notice with the catalyst changes, so now the option to click the button and having to manually change your catalyst slot is no longer there. Now you can just slot in freely, so you could do this, right? And then the other slot I have here is a Malachite slot, so you'll see that I do not have to like manually change it anymore. It just automatically does it. Again, another quality of life update. These are pretty massive. All of these changes are really massive. I really appreciate the devs for doing this. It just makes life so much easier in terms of just making the like kind of annoying nuisances in the game just like much more efficient and better. You're not having to like click so many times. You're not having to manually change your catalyst. I think this was overall an amazing thing for the devs to do. Big W to them. As I said, this patch is a banger. I would go as far as to say this is the best patch we've gotten in a very long time, of course, besides the Ultimate Freyna patch. But in terms of quality of life, nothing beats this patch. Reactor changes and catalyst changes, and the Omega cosmetic changes. Keep doing that, by the way. Anyways, guys, that is it. As I said, there's some more things in the patch notes. I just didn't want to go over everything and make this like an hour-long video, but I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys are still enjoying playing TFD. At least we have some more stuff to do now, right? We can start working on these kind of like that were before these non-meta weapons. Now we have a reason to build them up, and we can kind of have fun with them and stuff like that. So yeah, man, I mean, I'm looking forward to playing TFD. I gotta run some errands today, but after I'm back, I'm gonna be playing for sure. Also, just as a side note, while we were kind of in the TFD like dry period, I was playing Metaphor ReFantazio, which is basically like a Persona game. It's made by the same people who made Persona, and that game was very, very good. I definitely enjoyed that game. I'm only like 6-7 hours in. I don't know if anyone's played that, but that game is amazing so far. I love it. So anyways, that's nothing to do with the video. I just felt like sharing with you guys. Anyways, y'all take care. My name's SamuxPlays. I hope you have a good one. I will see you around on TFD. Oh, before I go, sorry guys, last thing, you can change your name now. I did test this. Previously my name was Samux, and then now I was able to change it to SamuxPlays. So if you follow the instructions on the patch notes, they have a section which says like rename change function or something. Just follow that and you'll be able to now change your name. Apparently when a lot of people were logging into the Steam client, it automatically chose their nickname or whatnot, and that's not the one that they wanted to choose. So now you can change it. Keep in mind, if you do change it, you will not be able to change it again for 30 days. So that is something to keep in mind. Anyways, that's it guys. As I said, I don't want to make this video too long. Click the sub button if you enjoyed the video, if you enjoy the content. I appreciate you. I hope you guys have a good one, and I will catch y'all later. Peace out. Y'all have a good one. I'll talk to you later. See ya.